Well, it's official, Theta has been granted their third patent. My name is Kyle and welcome to the channel. In this video, we are going to be talking about Theta as well as looking at the price action of Theta. Let's get into it. And starting off nice and simple here on Coinbase, looking at the 24-hour line chart, we see that Theta has just been sideways for most of the day and then began downtrending somewhere around here and finding its bottom around the $11.42 mark, and it's just been sideways since then. When we talk out to monthly, we see that Theta has just simply been sideways for the most part, so just still holding up nice and strong, being up 59% on the month. Down here, we see the trade volume is beginning to increase now. It's up to 486 million, and the market cap is hanging on at $12 billion. And zipping over to Coin Market Cap, we see that Theta is at rank number 14 and is trading at $11.87, at least at the time of recording. And here we are over at ThetaToken.org, and we see the Theta Mainnet 3.0 is now 76 days and 21 hours until the launch. And it's official, hot off the press. Theta awarded US patent for methods and systems for peer discovery in a decentralized data streaming and delivery network. There you go. So we didn't see this reflect bullishly in the price action right away. If I was to speculate upon that, I would say this. I mean, the rumor was out. I found out about this about 4 to 5 days before they actually got awarded the patent, but there was probably a lot of people out there that already knew this was coming. It was public information. Therefore, it's likely that the market had this priced in. And we also have the Coinbase IPO today and a big debacle and, Ethereum breaking out, things like that. So that's pretty much the talk of the town right now. So this is kind of flying under the radar, perhaps a little bit there. However, I still view this as quite bullish. I mean, a company that's taking out patents is dead serious about the long game. They're dead serious about their technology. They feel it's going to be disruptive, and therefore they're putting a patent on it. So at the end of the day, it's still very bullish for Theta. But let's get into the price action. And here we have Theta up on the daily chart in TradingView. And I'm just going to switch over to my mouse here like this. The arrow is a little bit better, a little bit easier on the eyeballs, and we see that Theta still stays sideways between this horizontal here at about that $11.19 mark, and the bottom side, this liquid zone coming in at $13. We do see a pretty big red candle here, a little bit of a Darth Maul happening, getting below that 10 simple moving average, tagging the 30, which got above that horizontal, and the candle body at the time of recording is back up above that 21, and that's the power of those moving averages. I mean, a lot of bots and algorithms will be programmed to those moving averages. It's not uncommon to see price action come into those and bounce right off of them almost to a T in this case here. So looking good. I do like how the 10, 21, and 30 are now converging upon one another, because when we look left into this cluster here, you see that they converged upon each other. You saw a couple tests of that 30, so perhaps this is our first test now. Saw ultimately a second test, the 10, 21, 30 converge upon one another, and then they act as a spring as price action launches through the liquid zone right here. So perhaps we're seeing something like that play out right now. Of course, just because it happened in the past doesn't mean it's necessarily going to repeat, but I do look for price action to rhyme with itself at the very least, and right now that's what I'm seeing within the chart. I see no major damage done here. I see Theta literally going sideways, perhaps frustrating some people that got trapped in this liquid zone here, and pretty much just boring people out of their positions, if you will. I mean, obviously there's lots of hodlers out there that are just in this for the long term anyways, but with everything going on right now with ETH pumping and the IPO of Coinbase, I mean, things like this are just going to go sideways while all those big coins make their moves. Now, when that pump is over for Ethereum and Bitcoin and they begin to consolidate, that's when I'll be looking to Theta to potentially make some moves, like as money rotates back into Theta. But overall, this still looks just fine. We do see volume picking up a little bit here. We see the moving average pretty much nosediving, and perhaps on the next tick, we'll see volume come into contact with that. So that'll be interesting to see how those two things interact with one another. We see the RSI still under pressure, completely nosediving right now, and we do see that exponential getting out of the bullish control zone, but that should come as no surprise. We've been tracking that for the last couple videos now, and it was looking pretty probable that was going to be the case there. Dropping out the stochastics, they are pressure down, nosediving as well at the edge of the bearish control zone, so we'll see if they get in there. And we are now looking at the MACD, which the moving averages are to the downside, and we're getting a pretty solid bar of negative momentum. However, price action is still sideways here, and so long as it holds up above this horizontal right here, coming in at $11.19, this to me continues to look like a bullish reset. If the daily closes below that horizontal now at $11.19, then it will have officially taken out the 21.30 and that level, and that's when I'll be looking for support, perhaps down here at the 55, which has now risen up to $9.04 approximately. But you can see pretty aggressive slope on that. It is going to rise up even higher, and of course, I wouldn't be looking for that to happen until I saw a daily candle body closure below that horizontal there at $11.19. Perhaps even a 12-hour gets it. Let's have a look at the 12-hour. Yeah, look at that. There's some confluence there. So now we see on the 12-hour that the 55 is coming into confluence with that horizontal as well, and there will likely be bots and algorithms programmed upon that as well. And we also see the 89 exponential down at $9.73. But yeah, it looks to me if a 12-hour is to close below this horizontal and take out that 55, that would likely get a move to the downside, and then that's when I would be looking, over time, I'd be looking to that 55. Now, if price action got down there and closed below that 55, then I'll be looking to this liquid zone down below that has that top side at around the $8 mark and the bottom side coming in at around the $7.33 mark, and we see the 89 exponential now coming into contact with that as well. But I don't view that as probable until we get those closures. And then, of course, conditions are still the same to the upside, looking for that daily candle body closure above that liquid zone at the $15 mark, flipping it into support, and then that's when I think Theta would be signaling to us, at least from a price action perspective, that it's ready for another meteoric rise to the upside. And being that we're in a bull market and everything still remains bullish, my bias is, of course, bullish. I'm not going to be a bear in a bull market. Doesn't really make sense. Anyway, things are still looking good here. It's pretty cool to see that patent got awarded right on. I do think that is bullish for the long term. And all in all, if the market continues in its bullish trajectory, I don't see any reason why Theta won't eventually try to make an attempt to the upside. But of course, I look for those daily candle body closures before I get excited and before I feel that the probabilities have increased to the point where we can be looking for the next meteoric rises, such as this one here. Anyhow, thanks so much for coming by and checking out this video, everyone. Hope you're all doing well out there. Looking forward to seeing you in the next one. And until I do, have yourselves a powerful day.